This is not my typical style video. In fact, I was getting ready to record a video about the horses in this month's online auction, but it's a big point of discussion in the Mustang community, and for good reason. For starters, I am not a tip trainer, so I can't speak from their perspectives, but there are a lot of big changes headed their way. I'm here to help make sense of this whole mess and to help explain a little bit of what is going on to those of us with an outside perspective. Established in 2001, the Mustang Heritage Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to facilitating successful placements of America's excess wild horses and burros through innovative programs, events, and education. They've helped to place over 20,000 Mustangs and burros into good homes and have been the backbones behind a lot of competitions, including the Extreme Mustang Makeover, Mustang Magic, Tip Challenges, and one especially close to my heart, Teens in Oregon Mustangs. I remember watching Mustang Makeovers as a kid and dreaming of the days that I could fill out an application and compete myself, but sadly, that may not be able to happen, but we'll talk more about that later. Ran by the Mustang Heritage Foundation, the Trainer Incentive Program is a training and adoption program that engages talented horse trainers nationwide. Approved tip trainers gentle and halter train a Bureau of Land Management branded wild horse or burro, then market and find a new home for the animal. Once a home is approved by the BLM, the tip trainer is reimbursed for their training and marketing services, according to the Mustang Heritage Foundation website. Tip-trained horses are those that can pick up all 4 feet in preparation for a farrier, can be groomed, can be led, and loaded onto a horse trailer. Adopters can find these tip horses through the Mustang Heritage Foundation website, the Tip Marketplace, or they can find them through Facebook groups, one specifically ran by the Mustang Heritage Foundation. It allows people to get into the Mustang world without risking the improper training of a wild, unhandled horse. This tip program has been around for a few years, with quite a few people going in and out of the program, leading to others wanting to become tip trainers themselves. However, that journey was stopped short only a few days ago. In short, MHF has sent a letter to tip trainers, of which has gone semi-viral through the community. This is leading to a ton of people asking questions as to why more information isn't out there and why nothing is being explained, especially not to those that aren't tip trainers or don't have storefronts. Storefronts are tip trainers facilities set up for 20 or more Mustangs or burros, giving people a little bit easier access to get to horses without needing to drive to an off-range corral. However, these tip trainers and storefronts have been given less than 30 days to be able to find homes for these Mustangs or to begin shipping them back to the BLM holding facilities. People immediately began speculating, with a few people pointing out that a similar event happened a few years ago, merely pausing the program to reset the fiscal year before the program began again. Others speculated these issues were due to not properly vetting tip trainers. In a follow-up letter, MHF went into a little more detail. They stated the BLM chose not to renew the partnership with the MHF, leading to disbanding the tip program. They discussed some stats, pointing out how many Mustangs were placed in 2022, which was 3,503 Mustangs or burros, and paid $3,709,312 directly to tip trainers. So far this year, the Mustang Heritage Foundation has paid out $2,888,814 to tip trainers. The letter goes into it further, discussing the fine details of where the horses will end up and how said tip trainers will be compensated. Regardless of whether or not someone's stance is if these horses should even be gathered in the first place, this is an incredible feat for anyone involved in the tip program. I can only imagine the panic of trying to plan where to put 20 Mustangs or burros with minimal to no training. This leads me to a very important point. This does not mean people need to go on rescue missions. If someone does not have experience or knowledge working with wild horses, I would highly recommend not panicking to set up a facility that potentially isn't up to par and having a lack of a baseline for training. Just because these horses need homes does not mean anyone can or should adopt these horses, at least not without adequate help and guidance. It breaks my heart to think that these Mustangs are going back into the holding pens, but it really isn't the end of the world for them. The online auction corral still exists. People can still schedule appointments to go to off-range facilities. Mustang challenges like Mustang Challenge and Mustang Classic still exist. In fact, I believe it would be a lot better for a lot of people to get a horse that's trained rather than jumping the gun with a wild one. Now, when it comes to competitions, neither the BLM nor the Mustang Heritage Foundation have said anything official about what is going to happen to these competitions. However, tip trainers like Amber Espinoza from Isidro Espinoza Horsemanship have had to put the 2024 Las Vegas Tip Challenge on hold, as well as the Teens in Oregon Mustang Facebook group has also posted a blurb about how this affects their program. At the end of the statement, they also posted, "Please share this post and help us grow our footprint. Discontinuing this program is not an option for us. Trust that we will work tirelessly to continue providing these life experiences for all of you." The program has reached a wide variety of people, even some that aren't along the West Coast, which gives me a little bit of hope that the program can still continue without grants provided by the Mustang Heritage Foundation. On the note of government grants, the BLM gave approximately $4 million to the Mustang Heritage Foundation in support of the TIP program and storefronts, according to a press release dated March 27, 2023. It was also stated that the BLM awarded the new program Mustang Champions $750,000 to help them with events and educational resources. This seems detrimental to the funding that the Mustang Heritage Foundation needs to fully support a TIP program. In the 2022 to 2021 Impact Report, Mustang Heritage Foundation listed quite a few sponsors, the BLM being one of the 9 major entities. That being said, I'd be curious if the Mustang Heritage Foundation is still trying to raise funds for those competitions, or if their organization is leaning away from gatherers like others have speculated. Zero evidence or official statements have been made from either party to confirm nor deny the reasons of separation for the two organizations. While this all seems really scary, up in the air, and unknowing, all of us that are on the outside need to just sit back and wait. Getting ourselves worked up in a time when we should really be focusing our energy on supporting those involved in the TIP program is unnecessary and honestly just stress-inducing. The final note I want to make at the end of this is just that we don't know everything. This commenter wrote it best, so I'm going to leave it up to her. I think it's important to remember, please don't take your frustrations out on any of your BLM employees. These types of situations are made pretty far up the food chain for a multitude of reasons. Usually in situations like this, the boots on the ground find out only shortly before many of the affected people and had no say or prior knowledge. They are just as concerned about getting the horses homes. I'm positive they all feel badly for the livelihoods of the many affected as they have developed close relationships over the years. At this point, our Mustang community needs support no matter what side you're on. Support those around us, treat each other with kindness, and hopefully this will all come to a clear conclusion soon. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.